Yo, what's good, y'all boys? The Mavs got trouble, bro. The Mavs got trouble. Y'all already can see by the video what we talking about. But, it's crazy because normally I would have an uncut opinions dropping right now. But I think the Mavs right now are a little bit more prevalent because I talked about the Lakers not too long ago. The videos, y'all liked it. Y'all obviously liked the video. That's all I gotta say about the video. So I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. We do play tonight. Regardless of anything else, a video is gonna come for the Lakers then. But the Mavericks, they got some issues, gang. Before we hop into this video, if you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're not new, drop a like on this video real quick. And at the end of this video or right now, tell me what you think about the Mavs in the comments below. Let me know if you think they're contenders, front runners, or I don't know. Just tell me what you think about the Mavericks. There's a couple issues that are going on in Dallas right now. There's plenty of things that you could point to, but the main thing, and we said this when they made the trade for Kyrie, y'all don't play defense, bro. Y'all didn't play defense before him. You damn sure not playing defense after him, especially after you lost your two best defenders. Maxi Kleber hasn't been playing. He wasn't even the best defender. Christian Wood, he's too light in the ass. He's getting bullied by bigs left and right. Every time I watch a Dallas game, whether it's on League Pass or a nationally televised game, he's getting put under the rim, or he's forced to switch off of him and AD goes to work on a guard like he did with Luka in the last clutch bucket of the game. That's not where the issues stop. Sure, you're not going to win games if you don't play defense. And sure, if you're only relying on two dudes to really get your scoring going, granted, they're both superstars that can go get you 50, 60 points in the snap of a finger. Doing that nightly, it's not realistic, and we know this. But past their defense, they have struggles with their coach. Jason Kidd, it might be time to start talking about the things he's doing, the things that are going on in Dallas. We might need to look at his time with the Bucks and see his, let's say, failure with the Bucks. People don't like to call it a failure because Giannis and Chris Middleton were pretty young, but it was a failure because as soon as he left, what did the Bucks do? They won 60 games the next season. So it wasn't because those two guys were young. They were ready. They were ready. And every day I see the Mavericks and every day I see a Jason Kidd press conference, I am so glad the Lakers did not hire this man, bro. I'm so glad. Anytime you are out-coached by Darvin Ham, it's a problem. You're cooked. That's the best way to put it. When you're sitting in the post-game conference talking about how it's not your job to stop a run, it's not your job to call a timeout to stop a run or manage a run, and that they need to figure it out, that is crazy to me. That's insane. I don't care if you're a contending team or if you're a team that is bottom of the barrel in the NBA. That's insane to me. That's pretty much your job, to be honest. If the other team is going on run after run after run after run and you're not calling a timeout, especially as a former player, this is what confuses me the most. As one of the best point guards of all time, you should understand momentum. You should understand the ebbs and flows of games and how certain momentum shifts, you need to call a timeout to reset, get your team grounded, and do what you got to do. And I understand that in the era that he played in, that was pretty much the rule of the law. Phil Jackson, he was huge on making his teams play through a run that the other team is going through, stopping the other team and answering back and going on the run of their own. But the difference is he had Kobe, he had Michael Jordan. Most teams weren't going on a run for very long. They had a very well defensively built teams to where runs weren't happening consistently. One team might have gone on a run, but after that run kind of subsided, they went cold, or, the Bulls and or Lakers, they would turn up and play defense, and Kobe or Jordan or even Shaq for the Lakers in this instance, they would start going crazy. And I don't want to just say Shaq because even Phil Jackson had this philosophy. If you remember when the Lakers went to the finals back-to-back years in 2009 and 2010, they had that same philosophy where you play through these runs, you stop the other team, and I'm not going to waste a timeout on a run. I get it from that standpoint, but you got to know your personnel. You have to understand what's going on in the game. You have to understand that in that arena in Dallas, the life that the crowd had in the first and second quarter, that was completely gone by the end of the third quarter. And a timeout does help that. A timeout helps your team reset. a timeout, get your team together so we can figure out how to stop them on defense or stop turning the ball over. There was one point in the game in the third quarter, Dallas turned the ball over like 4 or 5 times in a row. Jared Vanderbilt had 2 of them steals by himself, and there was nothing. The Dallas Mavericks kept coming up court, back in their half-court offense like it was usual, and to me, it didn't make sense. As a Dallas Mavericks fan, I would understand if you turn the game off. In fact, I have a couple friends, Woody, a couple other guys, I know y'all watching this video right now, y'all turn the game off because why am I about to watch this team go on a run and my coach ain't gonna do shit about it, my team ain't doing shit about it? I'm not about to suffer through this. I'm not about to watch terrible basketball, especially when it's my team playing it. We were up 27 points. What is going on? Now, I told many people yesterday that I am not really scared about the Mavericks going up big. I'm used to seeing the Mavericks start out very hot. Even before they had Kyrie, they would start out very hot and a lot of times give up a lead. And again, that goes down to coaching, but it also goes down to the fact that they don't play defense very well. They're not a great defensive team. Yes, they were better on defense when DFS was there, but they still weren't that good of a defensive team, and they're even worse now. The front courts are beating them terribly, and when it gets to the back court, Luka is 90% of the time forced on a switch to a big. So is Kyrie, because the amount of times I saw Kyrie guarding LeBron because the switch was forced, it was ridiculous. If you were seeing that now in the regular season, when it comes playoff time, that's going to be exploited, and those two are going to be thrown in 90 to 100 plus screens in one series, just because they're going to try to force that switch and exploit that all game. Now, granted, the Lakers did start out slow. I don't think it was Dallas's defense that really did anything to the Lakers to force them to miss all the shots that they missed. The Lakers started 0 for 19 from 3, but most of their looks were pretty good looks. Some were contested here and there based on a late shot clock, but a lot of them were pretty open shots, getting ball movement flowing, getting it to the extra guy in the corner when you make the extra pass. A lot of those shots just weren't falling in the first half. Second half came, those shots started to fall, but Darvin Ham also made it a point to have the Lakers be more aggressive in driving the ball to the basket so that they can try to force foul. Like I said, Dallas does not play defense very well. So what do you do when the team doesn't play defense well? Force them to guard you. When you force them to guard you, they're going to foul you like crazy, and the Lakers shot a plethora of free throws in the second half. The Lakers didn't even end the game shooting very well from 3. They still shot 6 for 34, which is 17% on the night, but they still were able to come back from 27 down strictly because the Mavericks defense is that lackluster, and all it took was forcing some pressure onto the Mavericks defense, which caused fouls, which caused us to go to the free throw line and continue to stop the clock while hitting shots to cut the lead down. Next thing you knew, the game was within 2 points, and the Lakers slowly but surely kept getting the lead and growing it a little bit wider and wider till the end of the game was pretty much a free throw game. Now, another underlying issue that I think quite a bit of us talk about on Twitter, but not too many in the basketball world. As far as I know, I don't really watch ESPN and Fox Sports 1 with Skip and stuff. I don't watch that too much, so I'm not too sure if they talk about this. But when the Mavericks have calls not going their way, all of them get out of the game completely. Luka gives up. He's staring down the refs because the refs didn't make a call on the other end. Luka's not engaged in the half-court set because he didn't get a call on the other end. Or even fast break buckets are allowed by the plentiful because the ball gets stolen, someone thinks it's a foul, and they stay down court arguing with the ref. That's both a coaching issue and a locker room leadership issue that needs to be addressed. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, and I don't care what y'all say, because I'm going to bring this clip back when it happens, because it's gonna happen. I'm telling you now, it's gonna happen. Kyrie is a Laker, bro. The Mavericks are renting Kyrie for the rest of the year. They're not gonna really go anywhere. They might get bounced out in the first round. I don't know. That'll be tough, but they might get bounced out in the first round. But regardless of all that, Kyrie is signing to the Lakers this offseason. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. That's all I got for you guys in this video. Let me know what you guys think about the Mavericks. Again, do you think they're contenders or not? I do not think they're contenders. I think Luka is gonna be forcing his way out in the next couple years or so, unless he gets serious help, and that means role players included, not just a guy like Kyrie. That's all I got for you guys in this one. Is your boy TB, as always, with the greatest hoop stories and debates on the tube. And as always, I am out.